So it's Casey Putsch versus Vivek Ramaswamy and your gun rights. So I'm going to jump right into it. I want to take a few minutes here today and talk with you about the Republican primary for governor here in Ohio. Not to tell you who to vote for, not to pick sides, but for one simple reason, it's because whether we like it or not, the stakes of this race for gun owners are enormous. If you've been around OGO or Ohio gun owners for any length of time, you already know this. You've seen it with your own eyes, that for the last 10 to 15 years, the office of governor in Ohio has been weaponized against gun owners. It's had an outsized impact on our gun rights. And we've had Republican governors who've supported gun control, called for it to be passed. We've had Republican governors who have slowed down or tried to block pro-gun legislation from passing. And time again, it's been our job, our responsibility. It's fallen on grassroots gun owners like you and me to fight back against that. So when there's an open governor's race, we have a responsibility here at Ohio gun owners to do one thing, and that is get clear, public, on-the-record answers from the candidates. And that's why we use our candidate survey program. It's not complicated. It's not a gotcha. It's a straightforward way for candidates to tell you exactly where they stand on the Second Amendment before they come and ask for your vote. Now, I'm going to walk you through where things stand in this primary factually and clearly on gun rights. Back in January, I met in person with Vivek Ramaswamy. I sat down with him at his dining room table. We talked through the Second Amendment. We talked through the survey questions. And incidentally, this is the same survey that he signed when he launched his political career when he was running against Donald Trump in Iowa during the presidential primary in 2024. He told me it sounded good. He knew my old friend in Iowa who ran his campaign. We had a good conversation. He took a copy of the survey, but he didn't sign it. That was a little disappointing. Since then, I've followed up multiple times, phone calls, text messages, direct conversations with his campaign manager. We even sent a certified copy to his house to make sure that one of his campaign aides wasn't running interference. They do that. And as of today, that survey has not been returned to us. It still has not been signed. And I want to be candid with you about something else. As I was leaving that meeting, walking down his front steps, there was representatives from a gun control lobbying organization that I've said a million times on my live stream. They were arriving at his house at the same time I was leaving. Now, I don't bring that up to speculate. I don't bring that up to draw conclusions for you, but it is part of the full picture, and you deserve the full picture. Now, on the other side of this primary is Casey Putsch. When I met with him and went through the same survey, his response was simple. If we don't have the Second Amendment, we don't have any rights at all. We agree with that 100%. And he signed the survey himself. Actually, this is his physical copy right here. Answered them all correctly. And right here in the back is his signature. And he wrote, "Shall not be infringed." Right there. Signed it 100%, no hesitation. As you can see, this one's not hard to fill out. It's only 8 questions. Freedom to Carry Act, Self-Defense Act, SEPA, veto gun control, all these different things that we've talked about for years. He signed it with no hesitation. Now, I know many of you watching this are already supporting Vivek. A lot of that support probably comes from a very real concern. Who can win this general election? Who can defeat Lion Amy Acton? And I understand that concern. But I want to gently bring this back to something I think that's more foundational, fundamental. A lot of gun owners in Ohio aren't trying to decide between Republican and Democrat candidates. They're trying to decide whether it's even worth showing up at all. Because for years, they've sent Republicans to Columbus with supermajorities and watched as nothing happened. And sometimes worse, Republicans sponsoring red flag laws, for example. That's the reality that we're dealing with in this 2026 election. So when we ask candidates to sign a survey, it's not perfunctory. It's not just something that we do. It's about answering a basic question that will this candidate stand and lead on the Second Amendment when the pressure comes? Because it will come. It always does. It always has. And in Ohio, the governor's office has been one of the biggest pressure points that we've had to deal with. And I'll tell you just pretty honestly and straightforward, I wish this was a different conversation. I wish I could tell you that every major candidate in this race had already gone on record, especially someone like Vivek, who has engaged on these issues before in Iowa. But that's not where things stand right now. So our role here at Ohio Gun Owners is simple. We lay out the facts, we're keeping everything above board and letting you as a gun owner make your own decision on this. But make no mistake about it, this governor's race will shape the future of gun rights in Ohio. And I really believe that. Sitting this out or going in blind, I think, has consequences. We're going to continue to update you as things develop. I'm hoping that I get a call tonight or whenever you're watching this from Vivek saying, hey, why didn't you text me again? But for now, you deserve to know exactly where things stand, and now you do.